Welcome to Sarah's class. Today we are discussing the topic motion. So we can go to the topic. Whenever an object is changing its position, we can say that an object is moving or the object is in motion. So there are different types of motions are there: circular motion, rectilinear or linear motion, and oscillatory motion. First one is a circular motion. Second is a linear or rectilinear motion. And third one is a oscillatory motion. Third one is the oscillatory motion. So what is circular motion? Circular motion means the movement of a fan. We can say an example of a circular motion. So object is moving in a circular path. It is known as a circular motion. Next is linear or rectilinear motion. For example, if you are walking through a road, you are moving in a straight line. So that is a linear or rectilinear motion. When an object is moving in a straight line, it is known as a linear or rectilinear motion. Next is oscillatory motion. All of you have seen the pendulum of a clock. So that is known as the oscillatory motion. Oscillatory motion means the to and fro motion. The to and fro motion of an object is known as a oscillatory motion. So we can go to the next topic, distance covered by the object. Next we have to see the distance covered by the object. So we are taking an object. An object is moving from here. This is starting point. So this is the origin. And we are taking a positions A and B. We are taking the positions A and B. So here 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, and here 4 seconds. So at an object starting moving, so here the initial position is 0. So here at the 1 second it is moving 2 kilometers. Here 2 seconds it is traveled 3 kilometers. And 3 seconds travel 4 kilometers. And in 4 seconds travel 5 kilometers. So he reached this is the ending point B. This is the end point B. So here object is start moving from this position A. So here at 1 second travel 2 kilometers, 2 seconds 3 kilometers, 3 seconds 4 kilometers, and at 4 seconds it has traveled 5 kilometers. So we have to find the total distance covered by the object. So here total distance covered by the object is 5 kilometers. The object from A to B, the distance covered by the object is 5 kilometers. So this is the length. This length is this much length the object has covered. This much length the object has covered. So that is the distance covered by the object. So we can say the distance means the length covered. The total length covered by the object is known as distance covered by the object. So here in this the object has covered this much distance. The object has covered 5 kilometers. So this is the actual length. This is the total length covered by the object. Next we have to see the distance covered by the object from A to B and from B to A. A to B and from B to A. So here we can see that from A to B how much distance covered? 5 kilometers. And from when it is moving from B to A, then also it is traveling 5 kilometers. So what's the total length it has covered? It has covered 10 kilometers. So it has covered 10 kilometers. So here from A to B it is 5 kilometers, and from B to A it is also 5 kilometers. So total it has covered 5 plus 5, 10 kilometers. So from that we can see that what is distance? The total length covered by the object is known as a distance covered by the object. The unit of the distance is meter or kilometer. Meter or kilometer. The unit of distance we can take it as a meter or kilometer. So next it is a scalar quantity. We can see that the distance is a scalar quantity. Scalar quantity means what? It has only magnitude. here in this we cannot find the direction. Here in this we can take in the distance, that only it has magnitude. The direction is not specified here. So we can say that this distance is a scalar quantity. The distance covered cannot be 0 or negative. It is always positive. The distance covered by the object is always positive. It cannot be 0. It cannot be 0 or it cannot be negative. It is always positive values only. So that is the fourth property of the distance. It is always positive. So we can go to the next topic, displacement. Here also we are taking A and B. Suppose consider this triangle. This is the end place. This is the starting point and this is the end point. Suppose object is starting from the point A. So here the object is moving through along this way and next along this way to reach the point B. So we can say that it is very difficult to pass through this way. Again, we can see another way is there. There is a shortcut. There is a shortcut between these 2 points. So object is moving along this short way. So here this is the displacement. This is the displacement. Displacement is what? The shortest distance between the initial and final position. The shortest distance between the initial and final positions is known as a displacement. In this case also we have to find the displacement. And object is moving from A to B. So we have to find the displacement. So here the equation to find the displacement is a final position minus the initial position. The equation to find the displacement is a final position minus the initial position. So here we can see that an object is starting from A to B. So here B is the final position and A is the initial position. So when the object is starting, what is the final distance? It is a 40. And what is the initial distance? Object is starting from the origin. So it is a 0. The object is starting from origin. So it is a 0. So what is it is a 40. So it is a 40. So it is 40. And the unit of the displacement is also kilometer. The unit of displacement is a meter or kilometer. So we can write it as a 40 kilometer. Next we have to see object is moving from A to B and from next back to B to A and from B to A. Next we have to see the object is moving from A to B and from B to A. So in this case the object is starting from the origin. So that is the final position, that is the initial position. So initial position is a 0. When object is starting from the initial position, it is a 0. And what is the final position? It is returned back to the point A itself. So it is the final position. So we can write it as a 0. So what is the displacement here? 0 minus 0, it is a 0. So here in this case when object is starting from A to B and it is reaching again from B to A, it has the displacement of this object is a 0. So that is the displacement. But in case of distance what happens? Here A to B 40 and from B to A it is also 40. 40 plus 40 80 kilometer. So that's a distance covered by the object. But the displacement here what? 0. 0 minus 0, it is a 0. So that is the second property of the. So next we have to see the properties of the displacement. So first property of the displacement is what's the displacement? It is the shortest distance between the initial and the final position is known as a displacement. Next here that's the equation to find the displacement is final position minus initial position. And next the unit of the displacement is a meter or kilometer. The unit of the displacement is a meter or kilometer. So next we can see that here in the case of displacement we have put an arrow mark. So in this displacement we have specified the direction. In the case of displacement we have specified the direction. So we can see that the displacement is a vector quantity. The displacement is a vector quantity. What is a vector quantity? In a vector quantity, it has both magnitude is there and the direction is also specified. So such type of quantities are known as vector quantities. So displacement is a vector quantity. For the displacement here, the quantity, the magnitude is given and the direction is also specified. So here we can, next property of the displacement is the displacement can be 0, it may be negative or it may be positive. the quantity, the displacement may be 0 value will be there, it will be negative or it may be positive. So that is the next property of displacement. So next we have to see the uniform motion and non-uniform motion. So here we can see that we are taking the time and this is the distance. So we are taking the difference between the time. What is the difference here? It is 1. And here we are taking the difference. What's the difference? Here also difference is 1 and here also the difference is 1. So in all the cases the time interval is 1 second. In all these cases the time interval is 1 second. And here also we can see we are taking the difference of here it is 1, here also it is 1, here also it is 1. So here this time, here the distance covered is also, the difference between the distance is also same. So that type of motion is known as a uniform motion. If an object is covering equal distance, it is covering here the difference also we can say same. Here we can say the same difference we can see. So here what is uniform motion? If an object is covering equal distance, if an object is covering equal distance in equal interval of time, that is known as a uniform motion. Next we have to see non-uniform motion. Non-uniform motion. So next we have to see non-uniform motion. So we are taking time and distance. So if you are taking the difference between the time, here all the cases we can see it is 1. But in the case of distance, what's the difference between here? It is 6, here it is 10 and here it is 8. So in the case of distance we can see that it is unequal. The distance covered is unequal. So here that is a non-uniform motion. Non-uniform motion means what? If an object is covering unequal distance. If an object is covering unequal distance in equal interval of time. If an object is covering unequal distance in equal interval of time, it is known as a non-uniform motion. So the graph of the non-uniform will be, it will be not straight line. It is not a straight line. So thank you for watching the video. In the next class we can see with the speed and velocity. So thank you for watching.